So this is for the road trip that we took from British Columbia, Golden, BC, all the way down the coast, the west coast to California, and then across to Tucson, and then diagonally across to Rhode Island, where we came to find the boat that we were looking for. But here's the trip. As we went along, there was a windstorm in Northern California, I think, or Southern Oregon. Not too sure, but somewhere in there was a windstorm.
It's a super bad storm.
Ripped off the antenna.
No antenna, no radio. We're back in the 19th century.
That'll come later. What else did we go along? We baked without AC just past Tucson, before Tucson, in Tucson, and after Tucson. Got it fixed in Tucson by a great guy. It's still working, by the way. After that, past the desert, flat, nothing. And then we made it through Effingham, and that we got 3 miles away from getting hit with a tornado. You know, like we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
We weren't in Kansas. We even got the evacuation alarm, and we had to run out of the bus and go hide in a bathroom because that was the only brick building, I guess. So that was fun. So here we go. I'm going to talk about the whole trip and some clips in between to spice up the whole boring trip thing. All right.
We took off from Golden on our way to Banff to make sure we were close to Canmore, which is where our vet was. And we got all our vet's visits for the cats and the dog done. For you guys that know Canmore, there's not a whole lot of parking there. So I had to basically drive by. Michelle would jump out with one cat at a time in a box.
On my count. 3, 2, 1, jump!
Run into the vet.
Lab to be poked and prodded.
Vet? I hate the vet.
And I would go around to try to find parking somewhere else. In a park out there somewhere.
If I can just find a parking spot.
So anyway, yeah, we did all 5 cats and the dog and stayed there a few weeks up in Banff. Visited the town. We did get the visit of a few elks walking around in the trailer. I would say there would be about 50 to 75.
So then we went from there. We decided to take off and go south towards southwest towards Vancouver because we were going to cross the border around there. Not at the Peace Arch because that was going to be a little too busy. So we went just to 4 in Abbotsford. So we stopped in Hope and then we camped there for the night at a RV park that was kind of, okay. But it was only for a couple of nights. And then we went, actually I think it was only one night. Yeah. And we went through the border, which was hilarious. Because it was a small border, the border actually had no lanes for RVs.
You want to cross the U.S. border with
A bus.
They had closed the lane because basically there was no tourists coming across. So we were the only RV. So these guys, when they saw us coming, ran over and opened the RV lane.
Open the gate!
Which was hilarious. They just dragged some cones aside, waved us by, and just kind of went, go ahead. And then they put the cones back behind us. So that was it for the lane. We were the visitor for who knows how many weeks. And then we took off and went to Angel of the Winds. And that was north of Washington. Arlington, I want to say. Arlington, Washington. Anyway, it was north up there. And you can see the track. That was pretty cool. Big, wide, open parking lot, but very well maintained, brand new. Everything is like just sparkly clean. We went from there to, I want to say Cape Disappointment. And Cape Disappointment, it is not. It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, the ocean sides, it's just, the wave, the ocean. I mean, I love the ocean, and I've been missing it since I was in Golden. It was just not the same being up in the mountains. So this Cape Disappointment, just gorgeous. If you guys need to go see the ocean, that's the place to go. From there, we went to Depot Bay, Oregon, which is also a nice place to go to. I don't think anything really happened there. Just a nice campsite, quiet, and that's it. And then from Depot Bay, we went to Brookings. And that's basically where we got hit with this, I think it was 30 to 40 knot winds. And yes, thank God we were on shore, but still, this is an RV, 34 foot long, 12 and a half foot tall. You can imagine the kind of sail we had when this wind picked up from the ocean coming in from the west. And Michelle was terrified that we were going to go over the cliff.
There's a cliff!
All of a sudden, it had this really funny noise on the roof. It was like this clanking.
What's that noise?
Basically, I don't know if you noticed, I'm going to try to put a picture of that. On the RV, there's a TV antenna. So this antenna was in a secure position, but the wind picked it up so hard that it just ripped right off.
Ripped just about clean off.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn was a nice place also. Not sure if we have pictures of that. We had the Coast Guard going out. And Oregon, I don't know if you guys are from the West Coast, you know Oregon and the coast. It's rough. It's like you got a couple of bays there you can come in, but man, you need to be good at it. You only go in at the right time and in between waves. It's pretty testing on your skills. So anyway, the Coast Guard went out with, they had 2 motorboats, and they kept going in and out to practice hitting the waves and doing it at the right timing. And timing is essential, and that was what they were doing. Up in Myers Flats, California. The big, tall, massive trees. They are beautiful. And then again, I will show you some pictures. We also have a little bit of footage on walking through the park there. It was quite the thing. I mean, they're massive. They're like, it would take probably 10 to 15 people around a tree to hold hands to make this whole circumference. Blah, blah, blah. Circumference. We went from Myers Flats to Petaluma, California. Not much there either. We just parked it for the night and then kept going. Monterey and saw some family there. Went to the beach a few times. Man, I would live in California in a heartbeat. My wallet's a little too small. It's just like, man, it's just, you just need a couple of millions in the bank, and even there you'd be poor inside a month. It's expensive, but it's absolutely killer gorgeous. So then we went from there, Monterey to Bakersfield, California, which is out in the fields, right? Out in the desert. Bakersfield to Desert Center. That basically says it all. That was also like a mobile home park that they opened a couple of space for us RVers, which was cute. I mean, you park between 2 mobile homes. Everybody's got their furniture out, and it's grandpa and grandma's place. Then Desert City to Tucson. Went to Tucson. That was fantastic. Just before we got to Tucson, the AC started banging out. It got pretty hot inside the bus.
In Tucson, we did get to do some cycling, which was marvelous. And I'll let Michelle give us more details about all this.
So in Tucson, there's a beautiful, beautiful walk along the quote-unquote wash, which is basically a dry riverbed, except when it rains really hard. And they have bike trails. And hi, Dennis.
Hey, how's it going?
And
am I close
have
enough?
beautiful trees, many of which were planted in commemoration of someone people could donate. And the bike trails are awesome. They built them up. They now span about 170 miles all around the very sprawling city of Tucson. So it's a really awesome place to go cycling. As we were nearing the end of our stay and visit in Tucson, we began to talk about what was the best way to get across the country, both in terms of route to take and time to take. We really wanted to visit. There's just so many amazing places across the U.S. that would have been worth spending some time to visit and see. We also really wanted to get to the coast to start looking more seriously for our boat. We had been talking to our broker since California and reviewing listings. And so given time and money, we decided it was time to get on with it. And so we took the next 2 weeks pretty much blasting across the U.S., which on the downside meant we missed a lot of beautiful things to see. And on the upside meant we got to get there faster and get on with the boat search. Here we go.
Okay, so we left Tucson, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oh, that was the storage unit. So they took a storage unit, a trailer storage unit, and they converted it into a trailer RV park. All right, just for you people that are
a little nervous about where we camp at night. This is now the compound, and you can notice the nice barbed wire, cameras, fence, very heavy-duty fence, 8-foot walls. This is 8 foot, even if, and then you see more barbed wire right there, and then a nice gated fence. So we're good to go. Thank you very much.
Wait.
Wait.
Get me to the boat.
Go in there.
Oh yeah, okay, so Amarillo, Texas, and here's some pictures of Amarillo, Texas. That was cute. That was really cute. Nice little park. I'm not an RVer kind of guy, but it still is pretty cool. So then the next, Oklahoma. It was like, again, in the back 9 in the industrial center, real quiet. And then we went to Effingham, Illinois. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. That place was just like terrifying. Beautiful park. We went in there. It's clean. It's got a lake in the back. We were backing onto the lake. The staff were nice, except for one. There's always got to be one. Effingham. So we're sitting there, beautiful, between trees, all camped out. So, you know, we know that they're talking about tornadoes. We thought. And basically, the tornado hit about 3 miles ahead. I want to say Louisville. But anyway, it was close there. I'll put some news clips in there. Took off from there, and where were we here? Effingham. Belmont, Ohio. It's just overnight stop, and then just keep going. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That was also a nice place, but again, a one-nighter. Oh yeah, right. The low bridge of Ardsley, New York. Now, like I said, 12.5 feet tall for the bus, and we're clipping along at a pretty good clip. Usually, 65, more likely. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this yellow sign that says 10 foot 10. So yeah, she pointed out at an exit, and I was like, out we went. So you go through a neighborhood, and you can go around the overpass and get back on the highway. So we did that, and so we get back on the highway. Everything's fine. The heartbeat comes back down. Back on the highway. And then we were not a mile down the road. Another low bridge, 10 foot 10.
Hey, look alive, low bridge! Son of a...
Lucky enough, Michelle spots the exit. Off we go. This one was a little more tricky. Small streets. Still made it to the other side. And then we ended up here, Rhode Island. Newport, Rhode Island. Beautiful place. I'm going to put pictures of all the beautiful place, the castle, the forts, the beautiful houses, the cool streets, the shops. There's so much to do here. It's not funny. And the search for the boat is on, and that's what's going to be on the next video. So if you're happy with this video and you like it, press the subscribe button and stick with us, because there's a whole lot more adventures to come. All right, talk later.